Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Let's do some greedier. We had a nice palate cleanser recently, but we should do some greedier. Eve greedier? I thought I succeeded at Eve greedier. Am I losing my mind? I might be losing my mind. You know what? Actually, it's been a while since we tried Judas greedier. Let's give it a shot. I know we got Lost and Keeper left, but we got to do this at some point anyway. That is pretty good. By the way, I should say, well, we can also go to our curse room for free. Please don't be a health down. Ooh, that's pretty good. We've come up with a new theory, a new hypothesis. I'm an Isaac scientist when I'm applying this. It's like a bank cashier, engineer. I forget how the rest of the lyrics go in Check It Out by the Beastie Boys, but it's like, anyway. My new hypothesis has been, don't buy keys. Buy items that can give you keys, or just use your money to not get into the item room, but rather contribute towards the purchasing of new items. People, by the way, you can dissuade me. With facts and arithmetic, you can dissuade me from this opinion. However, we've had good results with it so far. And I'm not saying that those speak for themselves, because that's potentially fallacious. However, I think people have come up with some reasoning that they have tweeted me that is not necessarily correct. I've had people tweet me and say, your logic only makes sense if items cost money once you go into the item room, and I don't think that's true. If you have to buy a key, you're paying 1/3 of an item's price to pick up the item. That is the arithmetic of that situation. So I think that it is fair to say you are paying for those items in the item room. Items in the item room are not free. The thing is, it's basically like a curse of the blind, in my opinion. I'm not saying this is the definitive way to handle greedier mode, by the way. But it's like curse of the blind, in my opinion. You're paying 5 cents for a question mark. As soon as you open that door, it's not a question mark anymore. But the first time, well, usually anyway. But when you have not opened it yet, you're paying 5 cents for a random item, or 15 cents for an item from the shop that you can actually choose. So that's why I disagree with that logic. I have also had people say, well, mom's knife can show up in item rooms, and it can't show up in shops. There is validity to that. I can't disagree with that. I think before we do anything here, let's just finish these waves. Like, our damage at DPS is more than good enough, so we might as well pick up as much money as we can before we move on. But, however, you can get chaos from the shop, and then I'm assuming that you can get those items anywhere. And beyond that, what percentage of, like, average runs contain a mom's knife in the item room? Magic mush in the item room is probably somewhat more likely, but still not likely. Ooh, be careful here. Those shots will make it down here. Really goes to show you Mega Fatty's HP when I will probably be able to kill both Gurglings. Oh, disregard. Made a liar out of me. Either way, we're going to finish this off. I'm not sure if we want to buy Coat Hanger. Our rate of fire is actually pretty good. So again, I'm not trying to take a stance here that is I am right and you are wrong. However, I need to see some better proof, I think, that it's worth opening item rooms. I will say that in spite of the logic that I'm trying to apply here, you can be confident in your logic and still make mistakes. I think there's a precedent for that historically. You ever come to an answer on a math test or something? You're like, oh, it's definitely B. I ran the calculations and it's B. And then you get the exam back and you're like, what do you mean it's a freaking A? I don't understand. You realize your professor is a smart person who has taken into account common errors that lead to confidence and has thrown a little red herring in there. Deals with the devil will not give us items that we pay for anymore, which maybe is good. Again, we still keep deal with the angel precedent here. So, do we want Guppy's Paw? Do we want to use Guppy's Paw? I would say no. There are avenues to victory by using, there's no rerolls in here anyway. Tell you what, I'm going to go against my own logic, just because we haven't spent any other money on this floor. And that's 5 cents for Little Chubby. Is that worth it? On a normal run, it is. On this run, I do not know. I think I'm going to say that the coat hanger is not good enough, although it is good. And again, you might be getting to the point where I'm overthinking things here. That's where I'm trying to... I know I'm at the point where I'm overthinking these. But overthinking always comes with the connotation that it's bad, but maybe in this case it's actually productive for us to be thinking for once, you know, about... I mean, you're talking about the same guy who took freaking Nun's Habit on the Lost on greedier mode. So, I mean, I'm not necessarily the world's greatest greedier mode genius. I'm just trying to throw out there that there may be avenues for progress in greedier mode that I have not considered. Best practices that may apply, if you will. Okay. I mean, Belly Button is almost tempting. If we can get 2 trinkets, it'll be nice. Jar of Flies seems good as well, but I don't know. Book of Belial... I'm looking at this from a greedier, like ultra greed perspective. I'm actually looking at it from a Young G's perspective, as Snoop Dogg says in Nothing But a G Thing. What he was talking about was greedier mode. Most people don't know that, but Snoop Dogg was on the development team for this mode specifically, nothing else. He was too busy, sadly, coaching his son's Little League team. It's an anecdote from like 2002. Surely his son is probably not playing Little League anymore unless he's either the greatest or worst Little League player of all time. I do not know. But yeah, it's, you know, nothing but a G thing. Ain't nothing but a greedier thing, baby. Am I overthinking item rooms? Maybe. 5 cents for a question mark is crazy. It's unstreakable, so please don't try to streak this. I'm not going to continue. I thought about continuing. I'm not going to continue. I thought about it. I'm still thinking about it. I'm self-policing here to stop myself. I'm tempted. I think I'm going to ignore Jar of Flies because I don't want to spend money on a spacebar item right now. We already have a spacebar item that's good enough, if not necessarily great. I don't think that any of these items are worth it. Like the depression item, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think we need the speed upgrade either. So let's try for a reroll here. Battery Baby is also not worth it. I'll tell you what. Here's our best practice. 3 cents for a key. You get the key to open the item room before you spend on rerolls. And this one worked out. But again, just as I said that getting like a shitty item doesn't necessarily mean it's the wrong idea, getting a good item doesn't necessarily mean it's the right idea to go in there. Broken Bone can be pretty good, but I think I'm going to take Car Battery. And this is going to make some of our items, like spacebar items, better. I don't know if it'll make... Book of Belial better. You can test the damage that it gives you now versus what it gave us later. Or what it gave us earlier, I should say. We're doing a ton of damage right now. Anything that affects our damage is going to be an awesome option for us to have with the mulligan, obviously. Oh, we'll do our last wave here, just because, I mean, why wouldn't we, right? The other thing I want to point out is that basically, I think we got exceptionally lucky to get 4 HP or 3 HP on the first floor. This run is great. Oh, that was bad. This run is great from like a DPS standpoint, but if we were still on like regular expected values for Judas HP, we'd be in a tougher spot. But we're not, so I'd say that this is pretty sweet. We are going to definitely take Death's Touch for the damage upgrade. I think we should take Pay to Play because then we never have to worry about keys again. And we'll move on here. Slightly in a worse spot from a survivability standpoint, but still, DPS is getting out of control. Our Book of Belial is going to be disgustingly good. We can walk in here for a penny instead of paying a key. It's 120 volt, isn't it? Jacob's Ladder, Electric Tears. Okay, I have gotten 120 volt confused with this item without a doubt. But it looks pretty sweet. I will give it that. Okay. Tell you what, let's go play this guy. They've reworked the payout, I think, on the Demon Judgment. It's sincerely useful. Ooh, caffeine pill's not that bad. With a health upgrade especially. It used to sincerely be that he would not pay out for the first time until you played him 6 times. I actually thought that that was working as intended until it was quote-unquote fixed in Afterbirth Plus. I thought that they wanted, for whatever reason, you know, 6 is the magic number. Well, that was pretty good. We're at 12 cents. 5 bombs. Let's blow up the Judgment, or the Beggar. We don't really want Box of Friends right now. Dude, this seems very, very good. Pandora's Box on the Depths is not a great choice. Skinny on Mushroom, I don't know. I don't know if that's prudent right now, so let's just move along instead. I don't know how much bonus damage we're getting out of the electricity, but I do know that I should probably warn you. You know what? I didn't even use Book of Belial there. I do know that I should probably warn you if you are photosensitive and, you know, especially, you know, being exacerbated on a Curse of Darkness here. You might find this a little annoying, or you might find it, you know, flashing lights, and you might find it tempting and tantalizing and seductive as a result of that as well. We are doing disgusting damage. What? That's amazing. You know, I was talking to Sinvicta the other day, and he was talking about this frustrating Afterbirth Plus run he had. He said that he fought Gabriel and Uriel, and I was like, what is my dog talking about here? Who the heck are Gabriel and Uriel? Are these like, you know, characters from The Little Mermaid 2 or something? He means the angel statues. He actually knows the name of the characters in this game. It's almost as if he's played, you know, like 1,000 episodes. Amazing. I'm jealous. I'm not throwing shade at him, and rather I'm jealous. So we're gonna take Void, and I think we're actually gonna stack that up with Mom's Box as well. That way, well, we just gave ourselves Curved Horn basically as a result. But basically, we get Book of Belial and Mom's Box of Trinkets every time we press the spacebar item. Actually, we get Mom's Box of Trinkets twice. So Void is just a better Book of Belial now. Except it charges slower. We get Hot Bombs, which are fairly irrelevant. HP is pretty useful, though. And it's not that irrelevant, because we will get rerolls out of it, I suppose. Actually, the Red Heart pretty much pays for us to come in here. Red Hearts and Spirit Hearts, Demon Hearts, all the same right now. Could be a secret room. Don't really want the key, but we do want access to the stone chest. Ooh, half a Spirit Heart. We don't care about the shovel. We don't really care about the luck upgrade. Actually, keys... That's the only thing they're used for right now, is opening golden chests. So if those show up, that's fine. We won't have Book of Belial ready immediately because the Void is not ready to go, but that's because I had to suck up those items, so I can live with that. And let's just do the whole thing in one shot here. Are there better trinkets for us, by the way? There is a chance, I guess. I'm not going to prognosticate, but there is a chance maybe that we could come up with some trinkets that are better for us in the moment. You know, maybe if we, like, really, really need lifesteal to feel like we have a good chance to succeed, something like Isaac's Fork could seem like the right call, at least. I don't know. For now, we'll just take all the money. Again, we might as well do all the waves at once here because, you know, sincerely, with Book of Belial active, we have 20 damage. Rate of Fire actually is worse. I noticed, for the first time, again, sometimes ignorance is bliss, man. I noticed that, we have a Tears downgrade when you get Death's Touch. What's up with that? All this time I had thought it was an item, you know, like NSYNC's best album, No Strings Attached. It's just like 100% positive. That was apparently very naive of me to think. Still, all-time classic, you know, 1999 album, you got to admit. High quality deals with the devil, as always. We're going to be at like 30 cents or so, 27 cents. Don't really think we need HP plus luck. Don't really think we need the shovel, so let's throw down a bomb. And I don't really want to reroll our whole run. I think I could make do with the toothpicks. And then just head down to the next floor. Save our money for the next shop. I think we're probably going to win fairly easily here. This is like one of the strongest greedier mode runs we've had, and as a... Oh, I have to. I have to. So what we need to recognize here is that we actually... Using Void here does nothing for us. Because we're going to lose it with Missing Note. Or maybe we're going to keep it with Missing Note. Let's go check in on that. Because it's going to reroll us immediately. We still keep Void. Okay, so we fire... Oh, we have Tech 2 and Soy Milk? And Isaac's Heart, but also Conehead. Oh god, this is like me if the Singularity happens. What's our damage stat? 1. Our rate of fire is 1 as well, but... I have a feeling our damage is going to be heinous. Did we lose car battery? Our damage is now 1.52. Well, it's not actually unwinnable. It's not going to be a fun floor, I think, but well, that was dumb. Certainly it is plausible, I think, to succeed on this floor. I am amazed that you can even get a damage stat of 1 when you have curved horn. And Book of Belial, although I guess we have, 1.52 thanks to that. I don't know if we're going to buy anything from our shop on this floor. I'm very just like, I'm kind of in a holding pattern right now. Like, whatever it takes to get this floor done is fine by me. All enemies are being slowed. We do have lifesteal. And I know, look, people are going to be like, well, why'd you reroll the run? Because you gotta, alright? Sometimes it's about the principle of the thing. I want to be the guy who rerolls it. I want to be the guy who takes a 1 run and throws a question mark at the end because I think that's more engaging. I watched Mathis do the Pong challenge. This is not me throwing shade at Mathis. It's one of the strongest runs I've ever seen in my entire life. The episode, if you want to find it on his channel, is called Pong. It's easy to find. I don't really want to reroll anything else here, but again, because it all gets rerolled except for the Void on the next floor. And I don't think the D6 is really something worth holding as, with the Void, I should say. Anyway, the Pong challenge. Mathis had it. You start with 100 damage on that challenge, in case you haven't seen it. It's very, very strong. He also got Succubus, which, scales with your own damage. So anytime he was running across an enemy with Succubus, it was just destroying them in, like, no time flat. He came across a reroll room and it was like, nah, I ain't rerolling this run. That's your right. I respect that. That's your right. However, I was also like, come on, dude. You're gonna steamroll this challenge in, like, 11 minutes. It's your first time ever trying it. You're not gonna throw down on a reroll? Like, nut up a little bit. It would be fun. Reroll your 900 out of 10 run and just see what happens. But again, not everybody even wants to see that, I'll admit. And then not everybody has the cojones. No, not everybody has the desire to do that, and I understand. But for me, I'm like, Isaac runs are an infinite resource. We can just do more if we ruin this one. So that's why I always want to I want to roll the dice, willing to sacrifice your love. But also I want to roll the dice to see if the game's going to be cold as ice or if it's going to be nice. The third rhyme there was unintentional. The first two, obviously not. This is a very bad run on which to have the sad bombs. Sad bombs are a great part of any reroll except for one in which you have soy milk. So hopefully that doesn't have long-term destructive impact on our ability to kill things. Hopefully our damage is not like 10% of what it should be for the rest of the run. I don't think it will be. We made it through this floor relatively well. I hesitate to say this because it's just going to doom myself, but it's hard to think of a run that will be worse than that. So, I wish I had a charge here. We should take Guppy's head for survivability, and I think, honestly, just leave the other 2 items because they're going to get rerolled anyway. So, if we're going to buy anything, we should buy HP, probably. I stood next to the... Wow, did we get a black market? Well, hit the button. I guess I haven't hit the button yet. It's not a black market. And it is a bomb and a key. The key's unlikely to be useful, but the bomb, surely paid for itself. We should buy items, even if they're going to be rerolled. We should buy them. But it doesn't make sense to buy an item to finish the floor, in my opinion. It makes way more sense to buy an item to start the next floor with, because then we can use that item for an entire floor. And I just realized I didn't go to the curse room, which is a very silly decision. But there's the Spun transformation. Our damage is now 14. And we have Epic Fetus. So we will, certainly 100% live through this floor. I would like to get a speed upgrade. We have Bumbo. Sometimes Bumbo doesn't get rerolled, I think. As strange as that sounds, I believe I've had that experience. So again, all these items are going to be rerolled, so we have to be careful about that. Sorry, Bumbo, these don't belong to you. So what we are going to do is reroll them ourselves in order to get something we want. So I definitely want Mini Mush. Does BFF benefit us on this floor? Sure. D-infinity. Do we want to suck it up with the void? Probably not. We do have one more item we can buy, so I don't really care about a cube of meat right now. I would love to suck up the D20 effect. Actually, that could be very useful for the boss fight. So let's buy it just so it's preserved. And then we'll suck it up. And hopefully there will be an ability for us to get a battery charge. So that not only can we suck it up, but we can use it after we leave the room. We can also just use the D20 to... You know what? Step on the button right now. That's how we'll do it. Get out of there. So don't get overly cocky about this situation. Like, it's still... There is a... Oh, you dick! Bumbo's taking my money! We still want to suck up the D20, but Bumbo's gonna ruin this for us to some extent. Alright. We also got a damage upgrade for sucking up the D20, which... Oh, no, you know what? That's Book of Belial. That's Book of Belial working for us. So, I don't think we want that card. Well, we should pick up the money then. As horrible as this is, we don't get any value from the money, or from D20 immediately. The way that we're gonna get value from the D20 is by using it after we take some damage on the Ultra Greed fight. So, we really, really would like, No, that's my money! We really, really would like, to not have Bumbo on the next floor. As much as I was like, yeah, sometimes it's good he doesn't reroll himself. No, it's not good. It's bad in this situation. It's very bad indeed. So he's taking my money again. We always give him our money. He ruins our dice transaction. And in the middle of my reaction, I break down. That's R. Kelly's southern accent. Alright. Let's finish the final wave before Ultra Greed. We're really just getting a safe place to stand. Now keep in mind, you know, our damage has actually been very good on this floor. So on the next floor, we're fairly likely to be in a worse situation. But we're going to be at nearly full HP. And I think I may eat shit for my idiocy in the reroll. I mean, I appreciate the deals with the devil, to be honest with you, but I mean, come on at the same time. 22 cents. We could buy two, you know, I think what we should do is take one black heart, basically. One black heart is not worth the cost here, but then we'll go until we get a 15-cent item we actually want. And, I mean, one more black heart maybe is not that bad. We want something permanent. Like, HP plus stats could be, like, HP plus tears upgrade. Although the tears upgrade is going to get rerolled. The HP will remain. Okay, as weird as this sounds, I think we take this. We got the fun guy transformation, so we actually got 2 HP out of that. And I'm not using the void yet, because the way that we can make the void work is by, oh, we got another transformation, Beelzebub. How's our run look right now? We got some kind of charge shot. Is that cursed? It's fucking cursed eye. God damn it. Alright, let's do this. How do we win this run? We use the, it's pretty good. We use the D20 after we've taken some damage. We don't have Bumbo. So we use the D20 after we've taken some damage. And it... Ooh, scatter bombs. It should create, enough stuff for us to get value out of it. We have to be very cautious because of Cursed Eye. So what's the ticket here? Essentially, if you think there's any chance of you getting hit, don't do that. Oh, lordy. What have I done? We could also just go for the void play right off the bat, and it'll give us... it should give us a trinket, it'll give us a damage upgrade. But the problem is, we'll probably never get it again. So we have to be aware of that. It could have been any item but Cursed Eye. That's the only one that totally fucks us here. But you know what? You live by the sword, you die by the sword, dude. We have not died by the sword yet. It's going to be exceptionally frustrating if we get through the first phase and then die on the second phase. Oh my god, I saw him coming. I had the charge. I figured we'd give it a shot. We're going to be stuck here on Purgatory, I think. Well, what's the other way around? I'm trying to think. You, like, blow these dudes up. Like the greed statues. And then what are you hoping to get there? I was like a battery charge, but even a battery charge doesn't give us the ability to reroll ourselves. It had to be Cursed Eye, didn't it? There's no conceivable way out. That's hilarious. Okay, charge it up. You're charged. You're charged. If we get strong enough, it might be sane and sensible. And you might be saying, like, don't pick up the money, but we have to pick up the money. Because if we don't pick up the money, he's going to heal off of it. You might be saying, hey, moron, why'd you do this? Again, I welcome the opportunity to stand by my principles. Sure, we could have knocked out the Judas Greedier stuff right here by not taking the missing no. Where's the fun in that? There is no fun in that. We do these things not because they are easy, but because they are hard. I hate this, though. Especially because, like, we seem to be... You know what? Maybe not right now, but we should commit to, like, just making one pass at victory. Because we're getting slowly whittled down right now. We should commit to basically having Book of Belial good to go here. Too bad Black Candle doesn't remove Cursed Eye. Permanently, at least. Because we got Cursed Eye after Black Candle, I guess. After it was rerolled. I'm trying to think, like, is there any way out for us? Any way to get rid of Cursed Eye? And I'm like, well, okay, yeah, here's a way. We D20 a penny, or multiple pennies, ideally. It is a golden chest, and somehow that golden chest contains a Forget-Me-Now. We use Forget-Me-Now. We go down to the same floor, but with a different run connected. How would I describe the odds of that? We're going to make a pass on it here. It did not work out very well. I would describe the odds of that as not too fucking likely, to be honest with you. Especially because we've already tried it and now failed. But now we're committed. You know, I've used Book of Belial. Did we not get a trinket? Just be smart. I know you also might be saying, why don't you just stand still and let, like, Gemini and Little Haunt do all the damage? Oh, that's a great idea. Why didn't I remember I have the world's greatest items, Gemini and Little Haunt. All-time classics. No, the reason is because that's going to take forever, and we're going to get hit in the process to the point where I would not expect us to have a chance to succeed. In a rational universe, that strategy does not work, I think. I think we are going to make it through the first phase of Greed here. With less HP than I would like. But the chance for more in the future, it seems like we have Old Bandage, maybe. Oh my god, we had a full charge. Thank god. Now, Ultra Greed, the second phase, is in many ways not actually that bad from a Cursed Eye standpoint. As ridiculous as that may sound, I think he telegraphs his attacks a little better. Okay, well, what do you do? Dude, I mean, we could be stuck on this run for the next 100 years. Can this run make me tap out? Yeah, I think it's conceivable that it probably could. That really felt like it was the run right there. Pretty much anything but Cursed Eye would have worked. And I'm being honest, like Strange Attractor, I would have bitched about it, but I wouldn't have even known what the world held for us in an alternate universe. The Cursed Eye reroll is just heinous. But you know what? As much as I recognize, and I'm a little self-conscious, people are going to be like, oh, look at this moron reroll this stuff again. Oh, when have you ever known NL to, you know, make a smart decision in his life? This makes me so much less salty than just like, hey, it's the Ultra Hard Challenge with no DPS. If there's one enduring positive legacy of the Ultra Hard Challenge, it's that my salt tolerance is like permanently and unfathomably higher than it used to be. Now I'm like, hey, on our infinitely, you know, potentially amazing or shitty rerolls, we got a shitty one. You know what? That means you buy another lottery ticket tomorrow. See if you can make it happen. The problem here is not necessarily that I'm close to death. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It's that, you know, every 4 minutes I lose one red heart and have like a 40% chance to gain a red heart back. Which just means we are very, very slowly dying here. I would have loved, in hindsight, to be on that Technology 2 run. If we had the Epic Fetus run right here, that would have worked too. But I steel myself against the danger, and I will become probably not victorious in this episode, but in the future it will happen. This is the kind of purgatorial nonsense that, you know, if you let it, it can get you down, but I'm never gonna let it get me down. Okay, I'm gonna... This is gonna be the last attempt here. I do appreciate Capricorn and... Capricorn, Loki's horn, rubber cement, that's a statement. I don't know, it's not a good jingle. But if we get hit one more time, I'm gonna take myself out of this run. Because honestly, there's no way we're beating the second phase of Ultra Greed on like, you know, 3.5 HP, 4.5 HP. So, this is, it's functionally exactly the same as like a 9 live situation against Ultra Greed. We just got a bad roll, honestly. And I respect that my principles have led me into this situation, but it's not to win on this run. Would have been nice, but with the run that we had cultivated as Judas, it's not like that would have identified me as a superior Binding of Isaac player. Hey, look at this moron, he didn't crash his car into the guardrail. Way to go, you're an excellent driver. No, sometimes you gotta swerve. I don't know, this is not a... Drive safe is what I'm trying to say, but... In Isaac, you don't necessarily need to drive as safe because it's a video game where consequences are relatively unreal, I think. Do I feel smart about my idiocy? In a way, I do, actually, because I stuck to my idiotic principles. And even if I didn't succeed in the run, hopefully I've succeeded in providing you with an amusing anecdote on this morning or evening. Goodbye, cruel world. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.